Hello, Amy O'Reilly here. Um, Hi, how you guys doing? Hope y'all are doing okay. It's been a long day here, um, but finally I got to see um, the second episode of Fear the Walking Dead. It was pretty cool, pretty awesome, pretty fast paced. It is everything I thought it would be, pretty much. Um, we got to see a lot of panic, a lot of looting, a lot of people that were confused and didn't know what to do. Um, we got to see a birthday party gone wrong. uh, we got to see Nick um, get sick, like I thought he would, and thank God for Mom. Mom's always there when you need her. She went risk life and limb to get him the medication he needed to ease his withdrawals, to ease him off of, he was on heroin. She found him some Oxycontin at school in the police locker. I guess it's confiscated stuff. Good thing there was plenty of drug addict kids there, I guess, because there was probably no way she was going to get in a pharmacy. I think even Tobias said that they had raided the pharmacies first, which makes sense because there's a lot of people that have medications that they have to have. And when they see that shit's going to hit the fan, they're going to be looting the pharmacies first. That's the first places that are going to get got. That and grocery stores and, gas stations. And there's really going to be some dumbasses that are going to be trying to steal TVs and stuff too, which is pretty stupid because they're not going to be able to watch those TVs. But I guess they're thinking, it might pass. They're probably at this point thinking it's going to pass. It's just, it's bad, but it's going to pass. They think it probably isn't anything that bad. They haven't seen it yet, personally, I guess, I think it's just more cops shooting innocent people. Not that that's funny. I wasn't laughing about that because that's not funny. It happens. Mistakes get made sometimes. And it sucks. It does. For everybody. Especially the person that gets shot. But, anyhow. I just want to say that I enjoyed it. I like the authenticity. Excuse me. The authenticity of it was really good, I thought. I mean, it's exactly how you would think people would act when something like this is happening. They don't know what's going on. They don't understand. And supposedly in this universe, they've never heard of a zombie. They don't know what a zombie is. They don't even use the word zombie. As far as I know, all I've heard is infected, victim, sick. Haven't said anything else. The closest thing to being correct that I've heard it called is when, what's his name? Travis. He says, "Is this what this is?" What this is the closest words I've heard to be accurate. And Tobias said, it's not him anymore. That was pretty good. He's gone. It's not him anymore. That's not him anymore. Those were the closest terms I heard used to describe the walkers. I thought it was pretty cool too. When he finally did get to Liza, when Cliff Curtis, Travis, got to Liza's, his ex-wife's house. to get her to go and find Chris, their son, their mutual son. Um, oh, where was I going with that? She didn't believe him. But then as soon as she realized, hey, my son is in danger, and maybe I should listen to Travis. I mean, well, there wasn't even any question about should listen to Travis. I mean, it was just, okay, our son is in danger, let's go get him. She was full on, all the way on board. Let's go get him. And she seems to be pretty smart herself. As soon as, the cops come out with that full riot gear and all that, and they shot that blonde girl, or, was she blonde? Was her hair blue? I don't know. She had cool hair. I liked it. But anyway, when they shot that girl in the skirt, I think, you know what I'm talking about. The girl in the skirt that came out. The second person they shot. Not the first guy that was laying there under the tarp. She got a good look at him. Because the wind blew the tarp off of his face, and when she saw that, she knew that something wasn't right, and knew that they needed to get out of there pretty quick. And that's when she turned to Travis and turned to Chris and said, "Listen to your father." And they took off, and she said, and I heard her say, "Let's get underground. We gotta get underground." And so I guess they ran through, I don't know, part of the subway or something. It came out on another street, so they could get off of that street. They went down into the subway. They didn't ride the subway. I think they just ran down the platform to the next exit and got out there, and that's where they found the barber shop. And the guy, closing the door, Daniel, I think is his name, and his wife made him let them in, which is awesome because they really needed to be let in because things were getting rather bad. And like I said, idiots trying to steal televisions and stuff. They're just thinking it's some big party, which is crazy. But that's how it would probably be, especially in a big city like that. In small towns, you could expect it to be a little different. They might not see it as soon. There's still going to be panic anywhere you're at. If something like that happened, there's still going to be panic. But I don't know, I might be a little prejudiced because I am from a small town. I'm a small town girl. So, y'all, I guess I might be a little prejudiced and think that a small town country people would have more common sense about knowing how to react to I don't want to say apocalypse because at this point they don't know it's an apocalypse. And, these city people in LA, they're used to the earthquakes and stuff. So, they're used to like natural disasters and things of that nature. But I don't know. Country folks tend to know how to take care of themselves. So, we know how to shoot guns. We know how to use bows. I know how to throw an axe with a pretty good accuracy. Hatchet, axe, whichever. I can do both. Because I practiced for fun. It was just fun. Something we used to do just for fun. And I enjoyed it. It was great. And I got to where I was pretty good at it. And I have a thing about knives. I don't know. It's just a thing that country people do things like that. I mean, they learn to use weapons just for fun. Which sounds kind of weird, I guess. We don't have a lot of things to do in the country except target practice. And to make things and fish. and hunt and things like that. So, you know, make things, build things, target practice, hunt and fish, hike, things like that. So, yeah, I think that in some ways we may react better. And also, a small knit community uh, seems to pull together a lot quicker. I mean, you got your backstabbers. Don't get me wrong, in a small community, there are two-faced people that talk behind your back and connive and scheme against each other. And that would probably be going on. And there's always these little power trips, you know, in a small town because there's not that many people, so it's easier to, uh, you have a better chance of being the one in power. So there's a lot of people vying for that, you know, on any normal day, you know. So, and we know the sheriff, uh, like the last sheriff that we had, I actually graduated high school with him. He was a nice guy. He was pretty cool. I liked him. He was a cool dude. Uh, I'd like to think he would have remembered me if I saw him. You know, walking down the street or something. He sees this video. Hey, Chris. Um, which I doubt. But if he does, um, I'd say he'd recognize me. I don't know. It'd probably be easier in person, but I would say he would. I haven't seen him in a long time. He wasn't at the class reunion. I don't know where he was. Keeping the streets clean, I guess. Um, but anyway, back to, oh gosh, what's his name? Curtis. Travis. Travis and Liza seemed to pull together. As soon as he got her where she understood that their son and they were in danger. I mean, it wasn't a question of, I'm mad at you, we have guidelines, set rules, you know, you can't just make your own rules. There was none of that. It was just, let's go. You know, let's go get him. Chris, listen to your dad. Let's go. Um, so she catches us on quick. And anyway, and I like the guy that let him in, but I don't think he would have let him in if his wife hadn't told him to. I really don't think so. I think it's a good thing that that wife was there. But I think she's probably going to die, to be honest with you. Because I've seen, you know, I guess you guys have probably seen it too. The preview for, you know, the season. We see her riding in the back of Travis's truck. And she seems to be injured. I don't know if it's a bite. Kind of hope it's not. But in a way, I kind of hope it is. Because somebody's got to bite it, right? Bite it. I know, corny. Anyway, it wasn't funny. But somebody's got to die, and I'm not really ready for any of our main characters to go yet, because we just met them, and they are our main characters. I want the core family to stay alive this season. At least most of the season. Maybe the last episode, like episode 6. Maybe lose one of them. I don't know which one yet, really. I know I don't want Nick to die. I like him. Because he's a survivor, really, if you think about it. Most people like him, like I said before, are survivors. They've been through a lot. And, you know, they say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And when you've been through stuff that he's been through, you learn how to survive. And you do what you gotta do to get what you need. He already knows how to do that. He already has shown the willingness to do whatever he's got to do to get what he needs, right? So I think that he'll be a good survivor. Just because I guess his practice that he's had with as being a drug addict. Um, he's gonna have to get over this, the withdrawal and stuff. That's not gonna be easy. Luckily, Mom found some stuff for him at the school and ran into the principal. That was not a nice meeting with the principal at all. I've had some bad meetings with the principal, but that tops them all. Um, Poor Artie. Yeah, that was bad. Um, yeah, he was a zombie, a walker. She ran, if you've seen it, you saw it. She ran into Tobias at the school while she was getting the medicine. And they hear the alarm go off. The same alarm that you heard, on the first episode when Artie first comes to school that morning. And he's got a knife in his pocket. And she plays it off, puts some change in his pocket, and says, "Oh, you got 70 cents. Keep it." And puts it in his pocket. And so the principal lets him go, and she hollers at him to come to her office, and she takes the knife from him, and he leaves her the 70 cents. I guess he doesn't want to take anything that isn't his, huh? But anyway, let's see. What was that? So he's getting canned food. She's getting drugs for her son. And then they hear the alarm going off. And so she's like, "We gotta go, Tobias, we gotta go." And so they start down the hall, and they come through this swinging door thing, and then they see somebody through the next set of swinging doors. And I guess she recognizes him. I mean, you kind of see him, and you can tell it's Artie, and she says, "Artie, Artie." And he's like, "No, Miss C, no, Miss C, don't, because he knows this kid's pretty smart. He's not dumb. He's not dumb. I mean, he might look dumb, but he's not. He's not dumb at all. He's very smart. He should listen to her. I mean, he ain't too bright. He tries to attack a walker with a steak knife? Paring knife? I mean, did you see that little thing? It was actually cute when he tried to stab him in the head, which was really cool that he tried to stab him in the head. I mean, well, first he tries to stab him in, the chest or something. Maybe a couple of times, but it doesn't work. And then I guess it dawns on him and he goes for the head. I think you probably saw the video where, the police put the guy down and it took a headshot to do it. So he probably has already realized that you got to get him in the head. And by this time she has to. Because he gets on top of Tobias, and she gets the fire extinguisher and whacks the principal in the head several times until he's dead. Just whacks the fuck out of him until his brains are spilt. I mean, they don't show it. They didn't show it. I'd like to see that. That would have been cool if they had showed more of what happened. At least some more splatter, something. But they didn't. I don't know if this is supposed to be more of a family type Walking Dead thing. If it is, I don't know if it'll be as fun. But I'm still going to watch it, I think. I think it's still going to be good. So anyway, she saves Tobias, and then they leave, and she asks him, "Are you sure you don't want to come to my house? Is your mom back?" "No, my uncle's been around." I think he's lying. I don't believe it. For a second, he says, "No, he'll be fine. Are you going to be okay?" "Yeah." Shit, I would have made sure. I would have checked. If there wasn't no uncle there, I would have made that kid come with me. But I guess she's got her own problems. I don't know. I just couldn't have left him. I couldn't have left him. Plus, he's smart. He had it all figured out for everybody else. I would want him with me, really. But she's already got two to look after. 3 if you count Chris, Travis's son, but really, she doesn't really need to count him. Well, yeah, she kind of does, but kind of not, because he's got his own lives that look after him. So I'd say what'll happen is the adults will just all look after each other, all the kids, and actually the kids are gonna probably end up looking after the grown-ups too. They're really looking out for themselves. They're old enough too. Now Nick, he's gonna be not feeling too good, so he's gonna need a little extra help, I think. But really, when you come down to it, unless he's seasoned out, like, you know, where he had that grand mal seizure, um, he's not even gonna notice that he's sick if there's a walker coming after him, because your adrenaline just takes over when you're scared like that. If you're really, really scared and in fear of your life, adrenaline takes over, and you just do whatever you have to do to get yourself out of that situation, or if somebody else is in danger, to get them out of that situation. It's just adrenaline. I mean, I've been in situations where, you know, a life was at stake, and adrenaline takes over. I've been in a situation where my life's been at stake, and adrenaline takes over. Trust me. You're not thinking about anything. You could have a massive abscess, throbbing ass tooth. Your whole head feels like it's going to explode, and you're not going to even be feeling that, because you're just going to be thinking about saving your ass and the person next to you's ass. You know? You're not thinking about any kind of pain or sickness or anything like that. So anyway, I think it's going to be a good show. I enjoyed it. And I don't know, I think maybe next time we're going to see Travis and Madison get back, you know, find each other. Like Travis and Liza and Chris are going to make it back to Madison with the barber and his wife and their daughter. I think they're all going to get together, all three families. And I think they're going to try to get some help for the barber's wife, but if she's bitten, I just don't see her even making it out of the city, really. I mean, she might make it just outside of the city before she dies, but she's going to die. And she's going to turn. And they're going to have to kill her. And it's going to be traumatic. It's going to be some traumatic shit. And they're going to realize more and more what it's about. You know, they've already seen Alicia's boyfriend was bitten and he was sick. And they saw that Calvin was shot and he turned. So I think that Travis is starting to figure it out, that either you get bit and it makes you sick and you die and you come back, or you die and you come back. Either way, you come back and you eat people. So I think he's ahead of the game there. He's ahead of our first group on that one. They didn't figure that one out until, well, hell, Rick wouldn't have even known it until he killed Shane. Unless they, you know, if they had not went to the CDC and Dr. Jenner had told him in private, and he was the only one that knew this for a long time, until after they ran from the farm, until after he had killed Shane. Because when he killed Shane, he knew Shane was going to come back. I'm sure he was waiting for him to. But then his son showed up, and he realized his son saw him kill him, and then all hell broke loose. But anyway, that's another story. So anyway, Travis seems pretty smart. I think he's going to survive for a while. I think him and Madison and Nick and Alicia are going to survive through the first season, into the second season. I think they will. I'm hoping that Liza does, and I'm thinking that the barber's daughter will make it If not the barber's daughter, then the barber. I don't know. He has a lot of other projects that he works on. He's a musician as well, so he might just be here for this season. I think he'll probably make it until the end of the season, and then they might kill him off at the end, and then maybe the daughter will live, and then we'll have the core family and that daughter. Um, and we might, I don't know, it seems like we may lose, I just can't see the whole core family, the two intermingled families, all of them living to the very end. It seems like at least one of them would die by the end of the first season, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to predict because if there really was like a zombie apocalypse, it really happened, it seems like every family would lose at least one person, if not more. I just don't know. So, and it's hard to predict. I mean, on the one hand, you got this smart girl, Alicia. She's really smart. She's really book smart. And she seems to have her head on her shoulders. She knows where she's going. She knows she's got accepted to this good college. She's got her life planned out. She's got her shit together. But I don't know. I just don't know if she's made to handle this world the way it is. I don't know if she'll make it or not. I know she's a badass in the 100. She kicks ass. So I know that she would do a good job in the acting part. Alicia Devnam Carey, her name's Alicia, who plays Alicia. She's really good at acting, playing the badass, She's really good at that. But she's also good at playing a victim, too. I mean, she's in that movie with the lady that played Lori. I can't think of her name right now. Storm or something. I can't remember exactly, but it wasn't the greatest of movies. Really not at all. She was pretty much a victim in that. So she's good at playing a victim, too. A helpless victim. She was pretty much a helpless victim in that. And she did a good job of portraying that. So I don't know which way they'll go with her. But I'm pretty sure Nick, Travis, Madison, and either the daughter or the father. I'm betting on the daughter, I think, of the Barber's family. So yeah, I think definitely the daughter out of the Barber's family will survive into season 2. Madison and Travis, I think both will survive into season 2. I'm not real confident in that because it seems like they would, I don't know, it just seems like they would want to do something to strengthen one or the other of those characters by taking something from them. It could be his son Chris. I don't know that Chris will live. Maybe Liza will live. Chris will die. Or maybe Liza will die trying to save Chris. Or maybe Chris will turn into a big super badass himself and save his mama's ass. But it seems like Liza's, I'd say that she can probably take care of herself pretty well. I'd say she can. And so can Madison. Jesus, toss up. I don't know. I mean, it just doesn't seem like that entire family, Cliff's family, Travis's family, and Madison's family, it doesn't seem like they could all survive into season 2. It seems like they'd have to lose one from each side. One from Travis's side, and one from Madison's side. I mean, it doesn't have to go down that way, but it seems like it would. I don't know. But we'll just have to see. Yeah, I don't think that any of them from either Travis's or Madison's family is going to die next episode, episode 3, or even in 4. I think they'll all last at least through 5. But I do know that, I just feel it that, I think in episode 3, the barber's wife is going to kick it. She's going to die. And sometime by the end of the season, I think that the barber will, and the daughter will live. Because I have a feeling she's going to turn out to be a real badass. I really do. I think that she will. And that's going to be pretty cool to see. But then again, maybe the old guy will live. Maybe he'll live. I can't think of his name. I can't remember. I feel terrible because he's a really popular actor. He's been in a lot of stuff, and he's an amazing musician. And I just can't remember his name. I'll have to look it up. If you remember, put it in the comments below if you want to comment. I don't know. Just tell me what you think. It's going to happen next episode. I guess I really haven't said other than I think that the Core family is going to make it and the wife of the barber is going to die. But I think they are going to head out of the city by the end of the next episode. I think the beginning of the next episode, they're going to meet back up and spend some time at Madison's house together. All of them. All 3 families. But I think that sometime shortly after that, they're gonna end up all of them leaving. And they're gonna try to get help for the barber's wife, but sadly, we all know there's really not any help for her. If they knew better, because I think she gets bit on the foot, I think. That's what it looks like. And if they knew better, they would just chop it off. They would just chop it off but they don't know better. We know, but they don't. That's kind of what's cool about this one, We know stuff that they don't know. And so we're sitting here screaming at the TV, no, 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 don't do that, no, no. But anyway, it's great. And anyway, if you've got some predictions or any comments you want to make, any questions, put them down below. If you liked the video, please hit like. If you didn't like it, hit like anyway. Just kidding. Subscribe. That would be awesome because I only have 1 subscriber. I have 1 subscriber. I haven't posted a video yet, so that's pretty cool. I have 1 subscriber. But that's pretty cool, I think. But anyway.